All right, everybody. You can hear me, I presume. So I have, actually, let me get the sheet. I'm gonna just get the sheet. Are you playing with some cabbages? Oh, Hudson. Hudson's feeling better. Clearly. Don't eat the cabbages. That's very silly. That's very silly. All right. So I was called in this afternoon unexpectedly by the cardiologist, saying that we could bring Skye in and have her looked at. So that's where we've been for the last several hours. We do have a definitive diagnosis and prognosis and all that stuff. It's not what we had hoped for. So the cardiologist thinks that she, it says findings are compatible with hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, which is, of course, a variety of congestive heart failure. So what they said was that the prognosis is guarded in the short term and poor in the medium term. They did not list long term as an option. We do have a treatment plan which will involve meds twice a day for her. We should be able to give her a very good quality of life as long as her meds are adjusted appropriately, and as long as she receives prompt medical attention and very good monitoring. So I tried to find out more about what exactly, what is medium term, what is short term. They didn't have, super specific answers for me, not surprisingly, but they did say kind of, expect maybe 3 to 6 months and hope for more. But prepare for 3 to 6 months, and we always hope for more than that. But that's kind of what to prepare for with the medium term. And so we talked at great length about quality of life and all of that, and they said that she should have, even better once she's kind of out of this episode and she's recovered from that, that she should have. Oh, that was a little bit embarrassing. That she should have better quality of life than she has right now. Like, she should feel good, and she actually seems like she's feeling pretty good now. Justin, they're being extremely scampy. And so I'm not concerned for her quality of life at this point. But I do think, of course, that at some point, what you doing? Whoever takes her home will just need to be vigilant about monitoring her.
I'm not sure where she's headed.
So not the report we were hoping for. Even before they did the echocardiogram, the internist was telling me that all of her vitals seemed really good, and her pulse ox was great, and she was even saying that it does seem like it's an option that perhaps this was just a one incident, and she it's not heart disease, but it did. They saw her left atrium is enlarged and had kind of patchy variations in thickness in the heart wall. So like some areas were thicker than others, which is unusual. So really there's not much else that we've done all the tests. We've gotten multiple radiology reports and 2 echocardiograms and multiple chest x-rays, and had 3 different radiologists interpret them, and so we've kind of done as much as we possibly can do to get an answer. So now the question becomes, how can we give her the best possible quality of life for however long she has left, and just try to remember that even if she only has 6 months, they're going to be 6 good months, and even the time she's been with us has been far better than what would have happened to her in the forest. So we have Farah and Justin and Belfie and Kohler, who are healthy, and she's known love, and she's had lots of snuggles, and so even though it's not what we want for her, it's still a much better life than she would have had, and it's the best possible outcome for her. And so try to keep that in mind, even though it's not what we humans want. We will make sure that that wherever she ends up is somewhere where she'll have excellent medical care and monitoring, and where we're all on the same page about suffering, and
Oh, you're gonna try to... Oh, that's so adorable. She's very sexy.
she's very voluptuous right now. The taurine test takes 7 days at least to come back, so we won't have that still for a couple of days, but this is a different diagnosis than the dilated cardiomyopathy. So taurine is not indicated in this form, but we'll see what we'll just, what we have to do now kind of our short term mandate is to, once we have her stable for 14 days, she's been cleared to, like, if we had an adoptive home that was within a several hour car ride away, they said that would be no problem. She does really well in the car. She's done surprisingly well at the vets too. She's quite calm and confident. Surprisingly, none of them believe that she's feral or used to be feral. So it's not super stressful for her to go to the vet, which is good. She's getting better at taking her meds. We're getting better at finding how she likes to take them. So I think that she really can have an excellent quality of life for whatever time she has left. We just need to find the right match. I don't think flying is an option. I think in order to travel somewhere, she needs to drive. I think the airport would be very stressful, and just the noise and everything. So, but I think driving would be an option. So, and you know, it could be expensive. So, because she'll need to be monitored, she'll need to have her levels checked, she'll need to have her meds adjusted. It is likely that she will have another one of these episodes at some point, regardless of how well you monitor her. So you just have to be prepared and know what to do and have a plan. And ideally someone who lives near a cardiologist who can inform kind of the treatment plan and who has experience with this sort of thing.
Justin's getting a bath.
So that's a tall order. But she's of course welcome to stay here as long as she needs to. I would love to see her in a home. I think that's by far her best outcome, is if she gets to go to a home sooner rather than later, where she'll have lots of love and attention and can just, you know, enjoy every day. No, it's almost impossible to get an accurate age on a cat once they pass 2. That's why we kind of like say there are certain markers we look for when they're like around 2 years old, and then kind of like 5 to 7 is the next thing. But it's really difficult to tell how old they are, and the
Scampy kittens.
So we don't know. She could be much older than 2. It's just it's hard to say. So let's see. I'm trying to look for questions. They don't know if it was a virus or genetic. We don't have a lot more. I pretty much gave you all the information I have. So if you're asking me a question at this point, I probably don't know the answer. We did every viral test we possibly could have done, and they all came back negative. But obviously, to have all of the kittens sick right now at the same time she was sick, that is not caused by a genetic defect in Skye. So there are certainly other factors at play. We just don't know what they are, and you know that I would love to know what they are, but there's just no way for us to find out. Being genetic is a possibility for it. It's not. We just don't know. We don't know if it was diet related. We don't know if it was viral. We don't know if she just, for whatever reason, got heart disease. We just don't know. If it was genetic, then it is possible that the kittens might have some sort of heart issue. I don't know that it would be the same. I mean, they've had great nutrition, great deworming, and they will continue to have great care. So that is something else I asked. She's gonna follow up with the cardiologist on a couple of questions. One of them was, should Skye's kittens be tested, and if so, when, and what tests would they need? And so I will have more information about that. So yeah, I would love to keep Skye, but I don't have the time to devote to her that I would need to have long term, because Cassidy's going to be getting his surgery at some point, and I'm going to be gone for who knows, a couple weeks at that time. So it's as much as I think she's amazing and would love to have her forever, I think there's a better option for her out there. And
we do have a couple of possibilities. It's not a decision that someone can make overnight. You know, there are a lot of factors to consider, and you guys are having fun, aren't you? And it's not a decision to be made lightly. It's definitely asking a lot of a human, even though she's such a wonderful cat. But it's a very special situation. So, so this room is the office that's attached to. There's the bathroom. Hudson is currently in the sink. Now he's out of the sink. It's not a great setup for the camera because I can't. It's hard for me to keep anyone on the camera. Oh, she's hanging out over there. Oh, there's a bunch of kittens back there. What are they doing? They're so scampy. Are they so scampy? So scampy. So that's kind of what we know. They, you know, we never really get like a great prognosis that like we know anything for sure. It's all subject to change, and we can't really like predict anything for sure. Oh, there's major kitten scampiness happening. Hi, Hudson. Where are you going? So, yeah, so she's definitely not suffering, and we just have to continue to take it day by day, and once we hit that 14-day mark, so we have 2 weeks before we're going to have to make a decision about where she goes, or if the perfect option hasn't presented itself, then she'll continue to stay here, but I would like for her to get settled somewhere and just get to kind of live out her life and be like comfortable and happy. We do have an appointment with the ophthalmologist next week. I will talk to Dr. Ferguson about that because we can't have surgery. And there's nothing else that could be done for her other than surgery. So I'm not sure if we're just spending more money, but I will find all that stuff out. She's wearing the camo shirt to hide her milk bar, and there's also some cabbage in there to try to decrease her discomfort. She's also on some pain meds for her engorged mammary glands, but she does at this moment seem like she's less restless with the kittens in here. We can't have kittens in here without the garment on because she can't nurse them because her milk is like toxic to kittens. So she's doing pretty well with it. She doesn't seem too bothered by it. It's a little constricting, but you can go up the stairs. But it kind of makes her prance a little bit. But I think she likes being able to keep an eye on the kittens, at least for now. Sometimes she doesn't seem to want to. We just have to kind of play it by ear and try to keep her as calm and comfortable as possible. And wonderful Gwen is going to spend the night because I didn't get any sleep last night with the vomit kittens everywhere. Yeah, I think I think they've ruled out the possibility that her heart will turn out to be fine. It is definitely enlarged. There's no question about that at this point, according to what they thought. So we just need to keep her as comfortable and happy and loved as possible, and just be happy for every day that we have with her, and be happy that she is a feral cat who mattered to a lot of people, and she's, I think, introduced a lot of new people to how wonderful feral cats are, so she's very important, and she has helped a lot of other ferals just by being so wonderful. And so every oh, there, faucet, good save. Oh no. Yeah, I don't think staying here is going to be the best thing for her long term, but if that's the best option we have, then that's what she'll do. I'm hoping we have a couple. I think we do have a couple of good options, but it's not a decision that can be made lightly, and so it's something that now that we have all the information we can get, we just have to kind of think it over. And she's going to stay here for the next 14 days. I considered, would she do better in like a foster home environment, but I think she's good. I think she's pretty good here. So So if you know anyone who you think might be up for having a very wonderful 6 months, and then being able to make that decision when the time is right to say goodbye, which is not for everybody, send them our way for sure. And we'll just see what options emerge, and I think whatever is meant to be for her will come to be. And I'm sort of, it's not the outcome I had hoped for her, but I think for her it's not so bad. It's not so bad. We're gonna make sure that it's good. So let me see if anyone has any other questions. And yeah, they don't know 100%. They admit that they don't know 100%. There's no way to know 100% if it's something that is. They just don't know. They don't know what medium term means. They think short term is days or weeks. They don't know that. They don't know that we how hard we fight for miracles around here, but we have gotten more than our fair share of miracles, and so I think the fact that she even made it home from the ER that first time is a miracle. The fact that she's walking around and she's happy and she's comfortable now is really more than we could have hoped for at that point. So there are just so many different opportunities that she's already had where she shouldn't be alive right now, that I think every day with her is pretty special. So yeah, so sorry to be like Debbie Downer again. At least we have good information now, and we can, now that we have as much information as we can get, we can make a really good decision for her, and I'm very confident that we'll be able to do that. So Gwen is going to sleep over because she's wonderful. So we'll see what the camera will probably be on the kitten room. There will probably be some kittens in here for a period of time at least. I'm not sure. Look how sweet she is. She's kind of like punk rock right now. She's a little bit punk rock. What you doing? Justin's a mama's boy. But she does seem she's less anxious right now. That could be the pain meds that I gave her kicking in. I did give her pain meds for her milkbar. So thanks again to everyone who's been supporting us, and thank you for the donations. It's definitely been expensive with multiple nights in the ER and specialists, and we actually, in order to get the appointment with the cardiologist, we sort of had to we had to kind of go around the system and admit her through the ER, and then we were able to see the cardiologist today as opposed to having to wait another week for an appointment. So but it did cost a little more to do that, but I think it was the right thing to do because we just needed to have some answers. So now that we have answers, we can proceed and let it kind of sink in, and no pun intended. And you guys know that even though this isn't what we hoped for, we don't ever stop fighting, and we will always fight for a happy ending for her, even if it's, even if it's sooner than we had hoped. It's still going to be a happy life for her. So I hope you can take some comfort in that. I am trying to take comfort in that fact because that's important, and it should mean something. So thank you again. I'm going to switch back over to the kitten room, and I will keep you posted, and good night for now. Guys, still have some food. How's everybody feeling? Huh?